If you had a list of things, not so much by priority, of things that you wanted fixed in Madden, but you feel like they never got done, without spending an hour, what would the top three be? I don't need you to go one, two, three, as in here's how important they are. But if you had to go back and reflect and say, okay, there's three things that I really wish could have been handled, what would they
So
have been?
a big one for me is desyncs. Like when you're in an online game and it desyncs and you lose the game, like that's a pretty big deal. Madden's a big time investment, and yeah, online stability in general needs to be, in my opinion, a much bigger priority for them. And it has. I felt that way for years, and they know it. Uh, you know, I think the next thing for me would be based on user feedback, based on what we've seen from the MCS, and because we have playstyles, there's no reason why we couldn't go back to a timing based catch mechanic where users have to click on, users have to steer in and time their catch button instead of hold the catch button. That would bring back lurking on defense. That would bring back outcomes being more defined by user skill than just ratings and holding a button. And I think that that is critical for the future of competitive Madden. And I think it would make a lot of people, hardcore Madden fans, very happy if we moved a step in that direction. Let's see, if I was to think of a third one, playbooks would probably be up on my list. Just getting a lot more focus on playbooks, a lot more creativity. There's so much there that we wanted to do. Everything from like, calling by tier. So you call you remember how 2K used to do it? You call your line setup, your linebackers, and then your secondary. Like we had talked about doing something like that for ages. But what that one speaks to is just there should be a lot more creativity in play calling than we have right now. And it's not like Anthony White doesn't do a great job; he does. But I know he's focused on other things like coverage. And I just like when I gave him a full year to just focus on knocking playbooks out of the park, and that game was NCAA 14. We did the Oregon spread option playbook. That was the most fun I've ever had with an EA football game, and it was because that playbook was so creative and so interesting with the triple option and the spread option, and the screen passes, and all of it just felt really fun to me. And I'd love for them to get back to that. I'm very excited about RPOs. I hope they pulled it off.
To go back to that second point, it's so interesting you talked about animations and how you can be almost guaranteed to win on certain animations. When you see Madden 20 coming out with features where players can get into a streak where you're guaranteed those win animations, as a developer expressing the concerns that you have, how do you feel that could be replicating or simulating football?
I haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna withhold judgment until I get to play it. But when your leading story is about like fearmonger ability and streaks, and you just know the track record they have with chemistries and stuff like that, like part of the process and sort of like bettering yourself in the first step in becoming a better person or a better product is being self-aware of your flaws. And so to introduce a feature like that is sort of saying, like, we got these chemistry things we've been doing for the last 3 years. We knocked them out of the park. So we're just going to build on it and blow it into a full feature. I don't think anyone believes that that's the case. If you look at how those features have turned out, how some of them still have issues, don't work properly, it just speaks to that whole thing of like, there's no appetite there to go back and fix what's there. They always want to move forward and build the next big thing. And I saw the online reaction to those announcements, and it wasn't positive. And they have to recognize that. It feels to me like those features, a lot of them anyway, are targeted toward casuals and mass market and what they think the people who shop at Target and Walmart want in a football game. And in my opinion, I don't think anyone really wants that in a football game. My opinion.